What if the mighty dollar was on the verge of losing its crown? For almost a century, the greenback has reigned supreme over the global economy. It has been the world's trading currency, the safe haven of investors, and Washington's most feared economic weapon. But today, doubts are spreading. Its value is slipping, confidence is weakening, and many voices now suggest the end of an era. So, is this just a passing storm or the start of a historic shift? Since his return to the White House, Donald Trump has reignited uncertainty. Sweeping tariffs, pressure on the Federal Reserve, contradictory statements, each day brings new shocks. Normally, higher tariffs shield a currency by supporting domestic production. Yet this time, the opposite has happened. The dollar is falling against the euro, the yen, and sterling. Why? Because this is no longer just about trade. It is about credibility. When the Federal Reserve, the backbone of America's monetary stability, is publicly attacked by the president, investors begin to doubt. And without confidence, even the strongest currency becomes vulnerable. Some strategists argue this fall is no accident. It's deliberate. The idea? To weaken the dollar in order to boost American exports and shrink, in real terms, the vast federal debt. On paper, the calculation looks clever. A cheaper dollar makes U.S. goods more competitive abroad, revives factories, and reduces the burden of repayment. But the medal has another side. If imports cost more, inflation returns, hitting households. And if foreign investors, who hold almost half of U.S. federal debt, lose faith, they will abandon Treasury bonds. The result? Higher interest rates and the specter of default becoming more realistic than ever. At the same time, the global monetary order is shifting. The BRICS nations, China, Russia, India, Brazil, and South Africa, are multiplying trade deals outside the dollar. Saudi Arabia, once the pillar of the petrodollar, now accepts payment in yuan and euros. China is rapidly internationalizing its currency, and, strikingly, gold is back in fashion. After being sidelined by cryptocurrencies and modern financial products, the yellow metal is surging again, proof that investors want something tangible, immune to presidential decrees or late-night tweets. The message is clear. More and more powers want to reduce their reliance on the dollar and diversify their reserves. So, does this mean the dollar is finished? Not quite. It remains the world's reserve currency, dominates international trade, and still accounts for the majority of central bank holdings. But something crucial has changed. It no longer stands alone. We are entering a world where several strong currencies coexist and balance each other out. The dollar, but also the euro, the yen, the Swiss franc, and even the yuan. The era of unchallenged dominance is over. And what about ordinary savers and investors? The first rule is diversification. Never bet everything on one currency or one type of asset. Spread investments across different markets. Hold some tangible value in property or gold. The second rule is vigilance. Power dynamics shift quickly. A tweet, a policy decision, or a geopolitical shock can change everything. Stay alert to signals such as interest rate trends, international trade policies, central bank gold purchases, and new non-dollar agreements. Finally, keep a balanced view. Don't abandon America altogether. It remains a colossal market, the cradle of the fourth industrial revolution, and a magnet for talent and innovation. But don't idealize it either. It is a contested power, aging, and its currency is no longer untouchable. So, is the dollar's crown about to fall? Not tomorrow, but its throne is trembling, and the world is already preparing for a future that is more fragmented, less stable, and no longer dominated by a single currency. And this is where you come in, because more than ever, knowledge and anticipation are your best weapons. So if you want to keep decoding these shifts and protect your finances, subscribe now, leave a like to support our work, and share this video with others. Together, let's prepare for a future where the dollar is no longer the only ruler of the game.